So these recap videos are going to be brought to you in 2 different videos. So this is just video 1, where I'm just going to talk to you guys about the convention in general and some of the stuff that was going on and maybe some cute little anecdotes from the convention. So let's get started. Joe and I, my husband and I, opted for the very important gamer passes. We even did the gold level, which is the top tier of passes that you can purchase for the weekend at Tsunamicon. Eric set us up with these awesome badges. So they say VIG Gold on them, and then you get your little VIG ribbon. And then I also volunteered in Game Mastered. Game Mastering also counts as volunteering. And one of the cool things that this convention does that I have not seen or heard of at other conventions is that you can volunteer to reduce the price of your weekend ticket. Now, if you are getting a basic weekend pass, it's only $35. You get $10 off for every 4 hours that you volunteer. So typically, if you run 3 4-hour RPG sessions in the Great Hall, that's $30 off your ticket. So all of a sudden, you're running some games, which maybe you like to do anyway, like I do. So I really enjoy running games at the convention, so it doesn't really feel like volunteering to me, because that's something that I love to do. At that point, your $35 weekend pass becomes a $5 weekend pass, and pretty much everyone, I think, can swing a $5 pass for an entire weekend at a convention. But with our very important gamer passes, we got these lovely shirts for this year's con. They did purple this year. There was also a black one, but I opted for the purple. I wound up getting the black one too, just because it looked really snazzy. I have a problem. It's fine. But along with that, we also got a set of dice. Every year, Eric has somebody make dice for the convention, and they have the 2019 Tsunamicon logo and dates on them, and they are inked in the color of the shirts for this year. So it's like a little purple octopus home slice with the dates of the convention from this weekend. And because we got the gold passes, his wife Jonica made these cute little octopi? Anyway, she's made these cute little guys for all of the gold pass VIGs. So mine is like a pinkish maroon color, but there were also some green scheme ones and blue. It was just kind of random what you got in your bag, but pretty much all of us wound up hanging them on our badges. So while we were walking around the convention, we were just, rocking that extra bling, which was nice. I'm a little bit of a weirdo. I named my guy Nami, because he goes nom 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 nom. That may have happened a few times at the convention, don't judge me. So you would get the shirt, you got the dice. If you were a VIG, you also got access to what was called the VIG Lounge, which was just a special room that was kind of set up in the back of the convention in a nice little hallway that was kind of away from everyone else. So it was much quieter. And there was a bunch of comfy chairs and things in there if you needed to go back there and kind of take a break. There were also free snacks in that lounge. So we had pretzels and salsa and queso one day. And there was Chex Mix and brownies on a couple of the days. And then there was also a cooler filled with soda and water, and you could drink and eat as much of it as you wanted. Oh, and there was a giant bowl of candy one day too. Because, who doesn't need a giant bowl of candy? So much candy. But yeah, pretty much all of us were running around with snacks and stuff for the entire convention. And the other nice thing with that too is it kind of gave us a place to socialize. Gosh, I can't remember when we met them. We made some new friends. Their names are Blair and Jim, and they're from California, so they came quite a ways for this convention. And this was apparently Blair's second year as well. So last year was the first year for both my husband and I, as well as Jim's girlfriend, Blair. It was really nice to meet you guys. If you are watching this, we freaking love you. And I'm really sad you had to go back to California, but I'm looking forward to seeing you next year. So the different parts of the convention additionally with the VIGs, on the last day of the convention, we had what was called the VIG dinner. So there was a VIG Gold. I think it was only just the golds. So if you got a gold pass, you also got the VIG dinner on Sunday night with all of the special guests. So basically in the tavern, which was the bar area of this convention, they had a bunch of barbecue that was all done buffet style, and then we could all sit around and talk and socialize on the last evening of the convention, which was really, really nice. So there was the VIG Lounge, which we already talked about, and the tavern. The vendor room was kind of the main upper floor, and then all of the other stuff was happening in separate rooms off of that. So you kind of had to walk around the vendors to get to the different places, which was nice because you could kind of peruse as you went. So there were a lot of vendors there this year, I felt like. When you came up the stairs, in the middle of that vendor room, there was a separate big room with like a big set of double doors. And if you went through that, it brought you into the board game library. There were so many freaking games, you guys. They track them using barcodes. So like when you want to check a game out from the board game library, you would go get it from the table and then take it over to the person running the library, and they had a freaking scanner gun to put it into the computer, and they attached it to your badge number so they knew who had the game. And then they also had, if you went upstairs into the vendor room, actually let's talk about the vendors for a second. So I obviously picked up several things, and so did my husband during this convention, so let's just run through them really quick. If you watched all the videos from the con, you saw these cute little dunce caps from that very first vendor that I stopped at, and she is Squidly Kitten Art. So if you like those little dunce caps or anything else that you saw on that table, you can find all of her stuff at squidlykitten.com. I will also link everything that I talk about in the video here. I will link those vendors down in the description. So if you saw anything that you just can't live without, just pop down there. There will be stuff down there. There will be links down in the doobly-doo. But this legitimately at Squidly Kitten caught my eye immediately. She had these cute little hand-painted wooden pins, and she had one that was a pair of cuttlefish. If you don't know what cuttlefish are, you need to freaking look them up because they're super cool. They have chromatophores in their skin, and it's awesome. But it's cuttlefish. There's 2 of them, and they're cuddling. They're cuddly cuttlefishes. It's so fucking cute, I can't even handle it. So my husband picked up one of those for me when I was not looking, and I was very, very happy. Also, we did that whole video about Sassy Bitch Boutique because she had a ton of really cool stuff at her table, including that necklace that I showed you guys, the like purple and blue eye one. I'll give you a closer look here. But that, she had a bunch of those. She said they're not online yet, but they are going to be, or at least I paid $5 for mine at the convention, and I am super happy with it. It's very nice and dainty. It's kind of low-key, fun stuff there. Also in the vendor room, oh my god, this artist, you guys. So, I don't think this guy got nearly enough attention for how good all of his art was, but he had these 11 by 14, you guys, art prints for $20 a piece, full color. I don't know how they were not more expensive, which I told him as much when I purchased these. So, I saw this first one here on the left, and it's some kind of weird, like, sea creature. It kind of reminded me of an underwater beholder, just a little bit, with a shark jaw, obviously, and some fins and that kind of stuff. But I was thinking, you know, that's freaking amazing, and I'm running an underwater campaign, so let's update the art behind my DM station, because why not? I need some awesome, unique art to put back there, and this guy is local, sold. So that was $20. And then I also saw this other one that was a big group of goblins, but they're all like hero status poses. And talking to him, he said he did it as a full adventuring party of goblins, and he even gave each of them different classes. So he's got like the bard and the ranger and the rogue. He's got a barbarian up in here. Oh yeah, and a sorcerer even. So, I don't freaking know. But it's fucking amazing, and I had to have it. So that is going to be going on the wall, kind of catty corner to me here. Maybe one of these days I'll show you what the DM station looks like back here. One of these days. Because can. My husband also picked up some Skull Splitter dice. I cannot stress this enough, you guys. They're a smaller dice company, and they're constantly coming out with new colors. And if you actually like their Facebook page, they do contests every time they name a new set of dice. And if you're the one whose name is picked for the dice set, they will send you a set of the brand new dice for free, which is really cool. So they do those contests all the freaking time on their Facebook page. So definitely go to Skull Splitter on Facebook and like that page. They do metal dice as well, and a lot of their dice actually have their logo on the 20, which is like a little helm with 2 axes crossing. You may have seen the sticker on the back of my laptop in a couple of videos where my laptop makes an appearance. So definitely go check them out. They have a lot of really cool dice. There's several sets that I really, really want and have not been able to justify buying recently. My husband is a dice whore, as previously discussed. So he also picked up several other sets of dice. There was a guy, God, I wish I had his company name or his card. I picked up so many freaking cards at this convention. It was insane. But he found some glow metallic dice company dice for $10, which is a really good price for those. And he also picked up a couple sets of poly dice. Oh, and Norse Foundry is another company that does dice, but they're a little bit more pricey. But they had these really cool D20 earrings that I wore for most of the convention, but I put them back on the little thing so you guys could see them all nice and pretty. Super fun. They're a little heavy, but I still think they were worth it. Another lady who's been there last year and this year, as far as I know, is Coventry Decor, and she makes these super cool glass cups that are acid etched. So Joe and I both got one, but his is a Angus MacDonald Detective Agency, and it has a magnifying glass with his 3 forks underneath it on that cup. Joe just couldn't walk away without taking that home. And then I got a little wolf one because I love me some wolfies. So if you like super fun pint glasses, go to coventrydecor.etsy.com. Looks like she also has a Facebook page. So check out her stuff. She is super cool, and she has all kinds of magnets and shot glasses and fun stuff like that. What else did I miss? I had to have missed something. I was talking way too fast. Oh, Mikey Mason. So Mikey Mason is an independent comedian. He's an independent comedian and also a musician. So he's got a band camp, but we got to see him perform on Saturday night. Again, if you saw that performance pop up in the Tsunamicon videos of his song Best Game Ever, it's one of his really popular ones. But we picked up one of his CDs. We did the Greatest Crits. So Greatest Crits, what else songs does he have? Kobolds Ate My Baby, Summer of '83, Best Game Ever, Scooby Thulu. I am intrigued. I don't think he played that one. I don't remember it. To be fair, I was drinking. It's okay. Waste 'em with My Crossbow, Battle Hymn of the Murder Hobos. How very fucking appropriate. Roll the Dice, Natural 20, Build My Wings, Kobolds Ate My Baby Polyjuice, Best Game Ever Polyjuiced. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure I'm gonna find out. Shiny Math Rocks. Gotta talk about this one, because he worked with a company called Geeky Endeavors, and they made a fucking pin, and my husband could not live without it, because dice war. It says, Shiny Math Rocks. They make the click-clack sound, which is one of the lyrics in there, and then it has a little goblin with all the different types of dice on it, which is pretty freaking cool. So Shiny Math Rocks, Loot the Room. He actually played that song. It was really good. So definitely give that one a listen on the YouTubes or somewhere else if you can. Summer of '83, live solo acoustic, and another Best Game Ever live at Fear the Con 11, if I can read my Roman numerals correctly. So there's that. I think that covers the vendor room. I think we're good. I'm almost certain I forgot something with all of this because there's a ton of crap out here, but just want to give you guys kind of a comprehensive look at the con. So there was also the big ballroom, the RPG room. There were a lot of freaking tables. I don't remember how many. I think it was in the low 20s, but every single one of them had like a little fancy table tent. And then if you went to the side, there was a table that had all of the RPG games just kind of laid out for everybody. What the game name was at the top, really big, so it was easy to read. What the dungeon master, what table it was at, and then for your DM, it had everybody who was supposed to be playing in the game, as well as a waiting list, which was really nice. And I did actually utilize that on one of my days because I had somebody who was late. So RPG room was awesome. That was also where Dungeon of Doom was set up, which was nice because in between your RPG games, you could pop over to Dungeon of Doom, play for 15-20 minutes, and then come back. Oh, definitely don't want to forget Artemis. So Artemis is like this, I don't know, it's a cooperative like space simulator game where you guys are piloting a ship and you can kind of escort. I only played once for 20 minutes, so please don't judge me if I get any of this wrong. Anybody who knows Artemis better than I do, want to go down in the comments and describe it better than I can. That would be fabulous. But I had a great time. We just didn't have a ton of time to hang out back there and kind of play more, but I would have loved to. So we played one quick little learning session of Artemis, and I was the gunner, which was kind of cool. But you've got like a navigator and a gunner and somebody managing all of your power levels and moving energy around. And then, gosh, there were 5 stations set up, I want to say. I can't remember what the other 2 were, but it was really fun. We were super confused. I don't know how we didn't die, but it happened. It's cool. Being the gunner was fun. I murdered some bitches. It was great. Whew, that was a lot of talking, but I'm not done yet because in addition to having everything in this lovely booklet that they gave to everybody who came to the convention, there's programs and all kinds of ads and stuff. I think the 2 big sponsors for this con were the Burrow, as usual, and then also Custom Wood Artistry, which are the ones who did the big dice towers that I showed you in one of the videos from this weekend as well. With that, one of those big dice towers was actually a door prize that they handed out at the end of the con. There were, I think, 12 of us that did the back of the program. So the back of the program has achievements on it, which is just basically things that you could do at the convention to kind of get around and make sure you did all of the things. So they have 4 different classes essentially, and then there's an option at the bottom. It says multi-class or true munchkin, and the people who did everything were the true munchkins, and those people got entered into the drawing for this big awesome dice tower on Sunday afternoon. So each one of these classes had different things that you could do. So in the warrior class, the different things that we did, the first one was join an unscheduled game, which we did with Blair and Jim. I want to say Saturday? Was it Saturday that we did that? I think so, because we had more free time on Saturday. We sat down and played a game called For the Queen. Essentially what it was you sat down and at the beginning you picked your queens. There were several different pictures of queens that you could pick to be your queen. And then the object of the game was that you started off loving her. The queen chose you for this retinue because she knew that you loved her more than anyone else in the whole world. And then you would go around the table answering questions from a question deck. And it was completely ad-libbed. So as you went, you would have to justify your answers for the question. Like, I think one of the questions was, the queen punished you for a crime that you did not commit. What was the crime and how did that make you feel? There were questions like that might not be exactly how that one was worded, but they were really kind of borderline dark or suggestive at times. So this game did have an X card as well. It's actually the first time I've ever it's the first time I've ever played in a game where there was an X card at the table. None of us needed it, but they did say they've had games in the past where they've X'd certain content because it can get very dark very quickly. But regardless, it was a really interesting game. So if you ever have a chance to pick it up, I highly recommend it. That was called For the Queen. So definitely try that. The second thing on the warrior class was play Dungeon of Doom. I have to tell you this, guys, because this legitimately made my whole fucking con. I'm being inappropriate, but I don't care because it requires the amount of excitement that elicits. There was this cute little girl. Like, I can't even tell you how freaking adorable she was. Everybody at the convention just loved her. Her name was Chole, and she wound up sharing a character sheet with me for Dungeon of Doom for the little bit that we were sitting there playing, because she was also trying to complete her true munchkin. So she comes up and she's like, hey, are we gonna play? And then her dad said, well, I don't think there's really room right now. So I offered to share my character sheet with her, just saying, we're all trying to help each other out. It's the last day of the convention. We've got limited amounts of time to get everything done in, so just hop in. You'll be my buddy. It's fine. As soon as we start playing, this girl's dad looks at me and goes, oh yeah, she made a game when she was 5. What? So this adorable child is apparently some kind of gaming prodigy, because she made a game called Oopsy Poopsy at the age of 5. And it was actually in the board game library, so it was one of the games that we checked out to complete our true munchkin, was Oopsy Poopsy. It's an awesome freaking game, you guys. The whole concept of the game is that you just have to collect 5 puppies with collars that match. But it's surprisingly cutthroat at times. I don't want to get into all the mechanics of it right now because there's a lot of little nuances, but if you get a chance to get Oopsy Poopsy, definitely do it. This girl is literally the cutest thing I have ever seen in my entire freaking life, and she made this awesome game. It's really quick to play and it's super fun. So pick up Oopsy Poopsy. Oopsypoopsy.com. I think it was $16. So I tried to go to our local game store to pick one up and they were sold out. Imagine that, because this girl is adorable and can sell games. But I digress. So this girl's never played an RPG as far as I know before this Dungeon of Doom game. She comes up, she's sharing character sheet with me, and we're playing a paladin, and then we were fighting a Balor demon, so big bad, like you do. This whole dungeon was designed to kill people, but then you just respawn, so it wasn't that big of a deal. So we had just hit the Balor for a lot of fucking damage right before Chole came to the table, and the Balor went to run away to go after the caster, because the caster was, screwing up its life, and it didn't appreciate that like you do. So when the Balor ran away, we got an attack of opportunity. I let Chole roll the dice. It's the first time she's ever rolled a d20 for an RPG before. I can't make this up. She rolled a natural freaking 20 the first time she ever rolled a d20. And it was awesome, because she rolls the dice, and we're like, yeah! And everybody's freaking out, and we're all high-fiving Chole, and she's got the cutest little look on her face, just like, I don't know what's happening, but everybody's so happy. So, god damn it, I hope this kid plays RPGs for a really long time, because she was the cutest damn thing I've ever seen in my whole life. Pretty sure the whole con felt that way. The general consensus was that Chole was precious. You look like a trustworthy fellow. The next thing was play a board game with a stranger. I counted Chole as my stranger. I'm not gonna lie. Because when she first came to the table, she was a stranger. But now I kind of love them. Not gonna lie. Made so many friends at this con. It was amazing. This helped. The quest sheet. Play 2 or more RPGs. I ran 2 or more RPGs, and I played in 2 or more RPGs. It was a long weekend, you guys. But it was great. Super great. Oh no! So that was the warrior one, but my mage one is covered. Oh god, bad things are gonna happen. It's okay, nobody die. It's how much I love you. I'm ripping up my stickers that I worked so hard for, because the next several are covered. Okay. Oh god, we're all gonna die. This is what death looks like. Okay, I can read it now, yay! So, mage class. The first one was play a fantasy RPG. Definitely did that. I will talk about all the RPGs that I played in a separate video. That will be part 2 of all of the Tsunamicon wrap-up Crazy Town. And then the second achievement for Mage was play 3 different board games. We all needed to check out board games because that's further down on the list. So we definitely played 3 different board games, but we were trying to cram them in at the end, which was stressful, but got it done. Yay! Help someone find a game. Sure did. Day 1 in the Great Hall, because we were all still trying to figure out how everything worked. So that one was an easy one to complete because I spent a good portion of my time in the Great Hall. Spell components. Purchase $10 or more of merchandise from a vendor. You think? That's fine. It's alright, nobody needs to pay their bills, right? I definitely don't. The next one was purchase Mikey Mason merch on the Rogue section. So we definitely did that. After going to one of his shows, which was great. And then Hide in the Shadows, which was complete a cooperative mission. Enter cute Chloe story. I count this as my cooperative mission, even though I could count some other things, because it was too cute. So Chloe's playing Dungeon of Doom with us. She's just hit the Balor demon for a metric crap ton of damage, and then we took a bunch of fire damage from the Balor, and she asks what time it is. I think it was like 11:57 or something, or 1:57, I can't remember. But apparently she was supposed to be playing in a kid's RPG in less than 5 minutes. That was across the hotel, or at least, well, we weren't in a hotel. It was across the Shrine Center. And she starts to get really upset. She's like, we're gonna be late. And she was really concerned about missing her RPG. And I'm sorry, but the amount of enthusiasm that she had to get to her kid's RPG was freaking adorable. It was a cute overload. I hope her father's watching this, because oh my god, your child is the cutest. But he says, it's okay, Chloe. I'll go make sure that they don't start without you. So he went running off and left Chloe with us for a minute so that he could tell them to wait for her while we were finishing up our Dungeon of Doom, because we were really close to dying, honestly. We had less than 10 hit points. It was gonna happen. But the second he left, Chloe started to panic and cry. There were some tears. Oh my god. When a kid that cute starts crying, it'll just break your damn heart. I'm sorry. So Chloe starts to cry, and I was like, Chloe, do you want me to take you to your game? But we're not done here yet. And I'm like, is it okay if I finish playing our paladin? I can do that. I can play our paladin. And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, do you want me to take you to your game? She says, yeah. So she grabs my little hand, and I crap you not. The two of us go running across the Great Hall, through the doors, past all the vendors, and all the way across to her RPG. And yeah, just like sniffling the whole way. But by the time we got there, she completely calmed down. It was, God, my heart. So freaking cute. I wish I was that excited about games when I was that age. Ugh. Buy the damn game. She's cute. Her game's cute. That's all I'm gonna say about that. It's gonna turn into a Chloe video because she just took over the whole con with her adorableness. So play something you've never played before. Definitely did that. We played Unexploded Cow, Oopsy Poopsy, Dungeon of Doom. I played an RPG called Protocol. I've played Fate before, but I did play one more Fate game, and this one was not evil. So that was a nice little change. Gold. What gold? The last thing for the rogue was paint a miniature at the paint and take. Check. And then the last section for the True Munchkin was the cleric class. The first one was share your experience on social media. Hello. Here we are on social media. The second one, play Artemis Spaceship Simulator. Hey, look, it's a spaceship simulator. I got it kind of right. It's okay. So we played that really quick with our friends on the last day. I wish we had played it more. It was so fun. And then show mercy to the wicked. Check a game out from the game library. Check. Played lots of games. And then share a meal with someone you just met at the con. Blair and Jim! Literally, when we met them, we were getting food. Now we're friends. Hey guys. Oh my god. That was so much stuff. here we are. I'm 40 minutes in. It's okay. We're gonna have to trim this down. It was a great con, and until next time, keep it rolling, adventurers.